Hello and welcome to the Intermittent Fasting Gems with Jen podcast. I'm your host, Jen, a middle-aged Michigan mama, wife, and teacher who in 2021 stumbled upon this crazy cool thing called intermittent fasting. And before I knew it, I'd lost 46 pounds in 4 months and gained an incredible lifestyle filled with complete food freedom. If you're hungry for unique, no-nonsense fasting tips that actually work, you're in the right place. So whether you're walking the dog, folding that last load of laundry, or cruising to your 9 to 5, let's start fasting our way to freedom together. Hello, my fabulous fasting friends. Today we are chatting with Lisa McGill from Michigan. And she is going to tell us how she has been moving all around the world. She is married. You have 3, right, Lisa? 3 beautiful daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she started intermittent fasting. I'm thinking, Lisa, it was 4 years ago. Yeah, so she started 4 years ago. She has such an interesting story. And since this podcast is about the flexibility of fasting and how people from all walks of life make intermittent fasting work for them, you are going to really love Lisa's story today. So, welcome, Lisa. So glad you're here with us today.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Lisa was a former, is it English? Were you an English teacher?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, former English teacher. And like I said, I'm hoping she kind of tells you about how she's been jet setting all around the world and spreading the word of God, which I absolutely love. So she is an amazing Christian woman doing intermittent fasting. And all right, if you're ready to get going, I'd like to start, Lisa. Let's talk about your 3 top wins with intermittent fasting.
All right. First of all, it was very hard to come up with only 3, so I'm going to maybe list a few more.
Well, if you've got more, that would be great.
um, for me, first of all, as you said, we do travel full time as a family. We're very blessed with this opportunity. And I'm a routine minded person. And sometimes in our nomadic gypsy life, it's hard to keep on a routine. But with fasting, it is so easy to you eat during your window and you stop eating during your fasting window. So that is a huge win for me. It just makes life easier. Um, I love the mental clarity that comes with it. I love the mental clarity. I'll get into that later. But
Sure.
I also sleep much better. I have praise be to God, a great overall health. For example, right now we have the flu battling in our home, and I really feel that my immune system's stronger because of fasting. Um, Ultimately, though, my biggest win is the overall health issues. My father is struggling with some memory issues, and I believe fasting scientifically is going to help with that in my future. And my mother has diabetes, and I am telling myself that I do not want diabetes. It's been in my family for generations, and I believe fasting will help with that.
100%. Yeah. Oh, those are fabulous, fabulous wins. And I love that because, you know, a lot of people do start the fasting for the weight loss. But
Hmm.
as I have said a million times before, even if it weren't for the weight loss, the benefits, the non-scale victories, the health portion, the advantages to, it's the benefits are immense and that are so far removed from the weight loss that, again, I will continue to intermittent fast because of all of those amazing things that fasting has to offer. So,
Absolutely.
well, that is fabulous. So, let's talk about your main or preferred intermittent fasting method or schedule or schedules, or how do you do fasting, Lisa?
Okay, well, I'm one that uses an app,
Good.
and I track my hours. But my overall fasting routine does change. For a while, for example, if I'm going on a vacation and I want to cut 5 extra pounds, I will do alternate day fasting for a couple weeks. I
Good.
typically just fast Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I do that, but
Mm-hmm.
I've done that in the past. Um, I really enjoy OMAD. I typically, like the last 3 months, I've just been focusing mostly on OMAD, or sometimes I'll eat 2 small meals a day. Um, as of recently, I've really enjoyed just doing each week. I try to get at least one 24-hour fast in. Sometimes I get two 24-hour fasts in. And then in between there, I typically fast anywhere from 16 to 21 hours.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
good. So you
So
mentioned, go
I'm
ahead.
flexible. I guess I just want to emphasize I'm very flexible. I try to look at my week and say, okay, I can get a long fast in this day, and I do it. And then I always, maybe not on Sundays, but I typically always fast for more than 16 hours. That's just easy for me now in my life.
That's the best part, in my opinion, to with fasting. And you just find what works for you. And it's trial and it's error and it's finding what works, what doesn't work. But being able to still enjoy whatever you've got going on in your family life or whatever is happening, and not feeling like you're tied down to an actual diet. And I do
Oh,
think that, yeah, the moving around with the schedule is also great for your metabolism and mixing things up and trying, preventing weight loss plateaus and things like that. So as far as weight
yeah,
maintenance, that's a great way to do it, Lisa. It really, really is. Now
yes.
you mentioned an app. I know a lot of us, when we were started in my Facebook group, everybody loved the Life app, and we found some alternatives in the last few months since the Life app is no longer. What app do you use?
Yes, I was devastated with the Life app because I fast with a friend, which is helpful, and that Life
Okay.
app let us see each other's fast. And I'm sure there's other apps that does that, but right now I just use Easy Fast.
Oh, good.
It has,
That's the one a lot
yeah,
of us are using. Yeah.
yeah.
And just for our listeners out there, there are a couple that have a similar name, but Easy Fast has like it's the royal blue color icon if you're looking for it. And you just use the free version? I just use the free version right now.
Oh, yes. I just
Good.
use the free version, and it works perfect. Good.
Yeah, I love that too. And yeah, a lot of people have found that it has similar features to Life. I mean, it's not quite as wonderful as Life was, but it's free and it gets the job done. So, um, all right, let's talk about your biggest challenge with intermittent fasting. What do you think that might be, Lisa?
Well, I can't specifically over the last several years I've been fasting. I There are challenges, yes. We're going out to dinner and it's late and I wanted to start my fast. Things like that can
Right.
be difficult every now and then. Currently though, I turn 45 next month. I'm in
Ooh,
I'm in a
you're in
different
it.
I'm in it. I'm in a different season in my life. I had my our third daughter I had a little later in life, and so I'm still in it. I homeschool our 3 children. I travel full time, and I'm 45 in perimenopause, and sometimes I just want to eat a bunch of cookies.
Well,
um,
of course you do.
but
I do. I'll
no,
be
I
50 this year, so
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, and in reality, it's not the cookies. That it's I've had some unexpected weight gain. I have not changed anything in my diet.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, my husband and I will enjoy a beer, or some wine every now and then, or drinks. But for the last 4 months, I have not had any drinks, and I'm still kind of gaining weight a little bit. So that has been a recent difficulty. Yet I'm still fasting and I'm still enjoying the other wins, such as mental clarity and overall health, and I'm embracing it. And I also do know that I could hop back into the alternate day fasting and easily lose those few pounds. But right now, we're enjoying life, and I'm not mentally there to hop back into alternate day fasting. And so It's a problem, I guess, or what was the question? Struggle? It's a
Your
struggle a little bit.
challenge. It's a challenge, but
Yeah,
yeah, you know what?
but
I
it's a choice.
feel yes, and I feel like I'm right there with you with that. So I am definitely up, a bit, probably 8, 10 pounds from when I first hit my goal weight, and I fluctuate with that, but I feel so good and comfortable. And yes, you're right. If I wanted to get back, I know exactly what I have to do. And I think that's key
Yeah.
too. Like I could throw in an extra extended fast, or I have also done, like you said, alternate day fasting. That does really work for me as well if I want to get down. If but right now I'm comfortable. I don't feel restricted, and again, that's the beauty of it, and we have those
Yes.
tools to know what we have to do. And yes, I mean, I'm almost 50. It's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I feel like, I might have to push my 19.5, which has been my maintenance, to more of a 20 and 4 or a 21 and 3 on most days. And when I do that, I start to see better results. But the flexibility again. So
Mhm.
let's
Mhm.
talk a little bit about your actual eating and fasting window. So when you are in that fasting window, Lisa, do you fast clean, like with what do you like to drink during your fasting hours?
Yeah, good question. I am a black coffee, sometimes green tea. I like a LaCroix pure.
Yep,
Sometimes I'll even steep a green tea and then add the green tea into my LaCroix pure to make
I
it,
love that.
a little different. But I'm just a simple black coffee drinker. I drink a lot of water. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
that's me too.
that's it.
I start with the black coffee in the morning, and I go probably a little later than I should. I try to cut it off by 1:30. If I'm teaching, I find that I'm usually drinking it all day until about 3, but which is maybe a little too late. But then I'm alternating between water and green tea as well. And um so yeah, do you feel just completely satisfied with that during your window?
I do. I mean, some days are more difficult than others, but
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
miss breakfast. I still make my girls, well, they make their own breakfast, but when I do make the family breakfast, I don't miss it. I'm perfectly content with just my clean fasting drinks.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So now, how about before we head to food and your eating window, do you use any electrolyte supplements at all?
I don't.
Okay.
Now, as of recently, I have been taking an earthly wellness mushroom tincture.
Okay.
It is a tincture that is holistic, and sometimes on some mornings I will put a little of that. I put like 10 drops in my coffee. And I've kind of experimented with that. First of all, it's a very bitter taste. It's just 10 tiny drops. And I've experimented with that to see if about an hour after I take it, if I feel hungry,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't want to be taking it because I think
Sure.
it takes me out of the autophagy, out of the fasting state. And maybe it does. But again, right now in my season, I'm busy in the mornings. I need to think clear. And this mushroom tincture is fabulous for mental clarity for me. So I've been doing that, Jen.
I love
Um,
that. I love hearing about stuff like that. So you just put it right in your coffee then? You said like
I
10 drops.
I put 10 drops right in my black coffee. I don't taste any different. I do know
Wow.
that it does have a bitter taste.
Okay.
Um,
And that's good. Bitter, just like coffee, and
yeah,
so you're not getting that the sweet,
right.
that, could potentially spike your insulin levels and things like that. So if you know what, if it's working for you, that's fabulous.
It is working for me, and it's not an everyday thing. And
Okay.
it's new. It's new as of the last 2, 3 months that I've been taking a good holistic mushroom tincture.
Awesome. And
Um,
do you feel like it really does help with the mental clarity?
oh my goodness, 100%. It is a
Wow.
fabulous. I've never experienced. We're more of a holistic family, and
Absolutely.
this is a great immune. It's great for your immune system, and it's for me personally, it makes my mental clarity when I have. I got to get the 6-year-old doing this. I've got to, a million things, as all moms have.
Yep.
It just helps me, focus.
Focus in.
And
Oh, I love that.
hmm
So, would you mind giving us do you know what the name brand of that is or
absolutely, it's a company I am a huge advocate of. We use a lot of their products. It's called Earthly Wellness. I can.
Earthly Wellness?
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to send me, is it do you order it online then or
I do. I
okay.
do.
If
And
you want
you
to
go
send me
straight.
that to the website?
Yeah. And go straight to the website though, because I also, which is helpful for the fasting community, I
Sure.
also have been using for years a magnesium lotion of theirs.
Oh, a
And
lotion.
it's a lotion, so you put on your stomach, your belly. I use it nightly, and
Oh,
the lotion absorbs more into your body than physically
absolutely.
taking it. And
I love
so,
that.
and I say go to the website because I've ordered that lotion from Amazon, and it is not the same.
Nope.
And so don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. As much as I love Amazon, don't be fooled by products on there because they are
Yep.
not all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, wonderful. I will put the link for our listeners to that website in the show notes. So, love that tip, Lisa. Thank you so, so much.
Yes.
Um, yeah. So let's move to the fun stuff. Let's talk food. So, when you are in your eating window, do you kind of gravitate towards certain foods, more low carb or high protein, or certain things that you love, or tell us about that?
Okay. Um, we typically, we've been blessed to be able to enjoy restaurants and breweries and wineries across America. But on average, I'd say 95% of the time, we are make our own food and eat at home. And so, we make our
Absolutely.
own meals. We don't use frozen meals. We make our own meals. So we do gravitate towards just, you know, this winter, for example, healthy soups and chilies. I am a eat 2 eggs every day. I'm focusing on high protein, but
Good.
I've been baking sourdough bread for years, and I enjoy my 2 eggs on a piece of sourdough toast. Um, so I like fasting because I don't like dieting. I
Yep.
don't want to be told that I can't eat something. But I do gravitate more towards healthier stuff. Um, we like, good protein. We we eat healthy stuff. One of my go-to recipes that I have pretty much every week in our fridge is what we call chickpea salad. It's chock full of peppers, celery. It has black olives, feta cheese,
Yummy.
all kinds of vegetables with a very simple dressing. And red onions. I typically open and will just have a bowl of that as my first thing I eat when I break a fast.
Awesome.
Sometimes I get the Mediterranean style in it. I even put my eggs over the chickpea salad.
Ooh,
Um, so it's an
that
easy
sounds
way
good.
to fill our bodies with nutrient dense foods.
I love that. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you felt inclined to send that recipe, I could leave that below as well. That's
It's
fabulous.
so easy.
I
And
love
even
chick.
everybody in our family likes it. It's so easy. You
That
make a
makes it
big,
nice too.
yeah,
Yeah. How
you
old are
make
your
a
daughters
big,
now?
we have a 13-year-old now, a
Oh,
a 12-year-old, and then the good Lord blessed us with Tessa, our 6-year-old.
oh my goodness. And for all of you out there, my daughter Cambria had the pleasure of being Lisa's babysitter for a while there because I believe Lisa, you were her teacher,
Yes.
or yes, in high school, or was
I
that middle
had
school? I can't
I had
remember.
Tammy in eighth grade. I had your beautiful
Oh,
daughter in eighth grade.
yes.
And then I was transferred up to the high school and I was blessed to have her again. And
Oh,
we knew
that's
each other
right.
through church because I
Yep.
used to serve in the church youth group. And then my girls love, still to this day,
Aw.
they talk about your beautiful daughter.
Oh, thank you. Well, I know Cambria loves you. So, and your daughters, they're just so I love that
Okay.
you kind of I know your girls started here in Michigan and I just want everyone to know how you can incorporate fasting so many different ways, but talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, when you decided to kind of get your camper and sell your
Yeah.
place and stop teaching and do what you were doing.
Yeah. The good Lord blessed us with Tessa, our 6-year-old. We thought we were done with children, and she just changed the whole course of our life. COVID happened, and even before that, I started staying home more. I taught part time,
Okay.
and the Lord just provided financial means through my husband's job. And next thing you know, it was like, you know what? I want to stay home full time. So then I started staying home full time, and then right before COVID, we had faithfully prayed about what we wanted to do and what we wanted our lives to look like. And next thing you know, I started homeschooling. Never in a million years did I imagine I would homeschool as a public school teacher. So then we homeschooled for a year, and then we legit were were inspired, had dreams to sell everything. We sold everything. We have 6 bins sitting in my friend's house, and then we have a few things at my parents' house. That's it. We sold everything, and we've been educating our children on the road. They've been to 38, maybe even more now, national parks. They've studied
Wow.
life and educated. They've been educated in real life scenarios, and we feel so blessed for this opportunity. It has its difficulties. I never want to portray like, oh, they get to travel. I mean, we live in a tiny home, and anyways, we've just followed the Lord's lead on it, Jen, and He has blessed us, and we give Him all the credit. And I'm excited to see how our girls will end up and what the good Lord will do in their lives based on this lifestyle that we've been living. And next, we are moving on to a boat, and we're going to our last, we keep saying our last big adventure as a family before we settle down is we are going to do a huge boat trip. It's called the American Great Loop. And then
Wow.
after that, in our minds, we think, okay, then we'll buy a home and settle back down. We miss a community. We miss a consistent community.
Sure.
We could
Sure.
go on and on about it. But all the while, as I've been doing this, fasting has just stuck with me. I mean, I remember when we were selling our home and getting rid of all of this stuff, Jen, it was like I was doing it in a fasted state because I had energy and mental clarity, right?
Isn't it amazing? So, Lisa, how about exercise? That's got to be a little bit tricky if you're on the go, but how do you like to move around and stay active with, especially, like I said, fasting? And do you like to be active in the fasted state? Go ahead.
Yes. I typically always in the fasted state. My family and I were very active. We've hiked big mountains, out west. My girls have hiked some of the biggest mountains in North America. I
Wow.
myself am a big hiker, and I always accomplish I shouldn't say always, I'd say 99% of the big hikes I've done, it's been in a fasted state. Some of them I've started fasting, and then halfway up the mountain, I'm like, I need energy. So,
Well, and that's part of listening to your body, and you're right.
oh,
When it's time to eat, and you know it's time to eat, then you need to eat.
Absolutely, Jen. Yeah. So we are an active family. We've been in northern Michigan, for example, for 3 months. We've been cross country skiing. We've been downhill skiing multiple times. I typically take walks outside 2 to 3 days a week. And then something I found, because I don't have a gym that I can consistently go to, I
Okay.
have just YouTubed Pilates and instructors. And, I sometimes, when we're in the camper, I'll look up for small spaces. And I really enjoy, I know I kind of call it lazy exercise, but I love it. I do, 2 to 3 times a week, I try to do a 15 to 25-minute Pilates session that I just find online.
I love that. So last month, I talked to Jen Mopa. She was my interview for that month, and she said something about the Body Project. Have you heard of that? She was talking,
No.
yeah. So she says they have several YouTube videos, and they're all different kinds of workouts, and they're anywhere from 10-minute quick workouts to all the way up to 40 or 50 minutes. And you can basically customize it to whatever kind of fitness level you're at. So they have
Mm,
modifications, and then they have some for advanced. And so I did look it up after, and it looks amazing. So there are quite a
mm,
few that you could find online too. So yeah, but I love that too. I actually, honest with you, I've never set foot in the gym.
yeah.
I don't like to work out in public. I like to do my own thing, and so a lot of times I'll find a real quick kettlebell workout on
Hmm.
YouTube, and I'll put my favorite TV show above, and then I'll put the workout on my laptop, and then I'm doing the kettlebell workout while I'm watching my favorite like trashy show or whatever. I don't know.
Yes.
So it's great. You kill two birds with one stone. So no, that sounds fabulous.
I would say my difficulty with working out is I have yet to make that a routine. So I
Okay.
really would like to see myself, and I would encourage people, like, again, maybe it's just my routine driven mind, but if I lived in a perfect world, I would get up, I would have a cup of coffee, and I would get my workout done.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's hard. So
Sure.
sometimes if I pass a point in my day and I haven't worked out yet, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. So, well, Lisa, we are almost ready to wrap things up. So I would like to end this episode with your very shiniest gem. So, what would you say is your very best intermittent fasting tip for success that you can leave our listeners with today?
Fasting is simple, it's adaptable, it's flexible. It is, the health benefits are amazing. It's just simple. You eat during your eating window and you stop eating during your fasting window. I know some people are probably thinking, it's not that easy. They like to eat snacks at night, and I get those. I get those struggles. But the more you do it and make it adaptable that works for your lifestyle, it becomes very simple. If you want to indulge in a snack at a family movie night, do it. Fast longer the next day. So, so my shiniest gem there, Jen, is it's simple.
You know what? I love that so much. And I wrote something down that you said earlier. You said, I like fasting because I don't have to diet. And
Yeah.
to me, that is such a simple statement, but such a powerful statement at the same time. And you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. And that is 100% why I like fasting too. And I think
Yeah.
after so many of us have struggled up and down the weight loss roller coaster, and the trials and tribulations and frustrations and all of that that comes in with that diet mindset and all of that, you could pretty much throw that out the window with fasting. No, it's not perfect. by any means. And you do have to, like I said, you've got to do some trial and error and figure out what works for you. But for the most part, like you said, just do it. It's
Hmm.
simple, and the benefits, are completely incredible. So,
Yes.
oh my gosh, Lisa, I have loved, loved, loved talking to you today, and you have shared so many great tips with our listeners, and I really can't thank you enough. So great to connect with you again.
Well, same to you. And please give Cami a hug and thank you for
Oh,
having me.
oh, absolutely. It's great talking with you. Hey, thank you so much for choosing to spend part of your day listening to this episode of the Intermittent Fasting Gems with Jen podcast. If you think these tips could help a friend or a family member, please consider sharing this episode with them. And if you really enjoyed the show, taking a minute or two to leave a positive review would be so appreciated. Tune in for new 15 to 25-minute episodes released on the 10th, 20th, and 30th of each month. Episodes will feature solo shows filled with IF hacks that have worked for me, as well as episodes where I get to chat with fun folks of all ages who've experienced incredible success with intermittent fasting. If you have questions or want more unique intermittent fasting health and weight loss tips, tricks, and recipes, please visit my website and blog at sowhatifwithjen.com. Finally, we'd love to welcome you into our free intermittent fasting Facebook support group, So What If with Jen. Find all of these links in the show notes below. And as always, I hope you spend your day loving without fear and laughing until your cheeks hurt.